into the Wareham Channel, apparently. Flood alert for the lower Avon and tributaries. So that's just north of Christchurch, which is just east of Bournemouth there. A large area is under flood alert for groundwater flooding in the Salisbury Plain area. Now that is a big area. The River Kennet and its tributaries from Berwick Bassett down to Newbury. The River Colne and its tributaries, and the River Windrush from Bourton to Newbridge. All in very similar locations. If I was to draw a little area around where all those warnings are, I can do it here. Pretty much all of this area are under the flood alert, extending further north than that actually, to cover that green area. Sort of that-ish is where the warnings are right now. The watches rather, for flooding. So we'll obviously keep an eye on that, and if there's any significant weather over that area, then obviously we might get a little concerned. So I'll just keep that highlighted. I'll give it a little... what colour shall we use for it? A blue outline, as it represents water. I don't know. Flooding risk in that blue circle. So we'll obviously be watching that as time goes on. Now, is Michael there?
Should be.
Trying to be. We can't hear him though. So, I don't know what's going on with that.
Can you hear me on here?
There we go.
I'm trying to get onto my phone, but could you see the video?
No.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah, I saw it.
I wasn't looking then.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and see if I can... I'm having a few technical difficulties with my phone.
And there again is another look outside Force 13 HQ. Still not a cloud in sight here, and thunderstorms are pretty unlikely. Although there is a chance of an isolated shower here and there in this area. Temperature still staying at 75, which is lovely. I'd much rather be in the Force 13 garden myself, but we are instead doing the coverage of the thunderstorm activity as they creep closer to UK shores. Although it feels like we're going to be here for quite a while before they actually get here, if indeed they do with any intensity at all.
Yeah, it's an interesting one there.
Just going to run a test on my phone just to make sure it's working.
What's the highest lightning flashes per minute you have seen? I know that on a live event we have had 160 before.
Was that last year, was it?
Yes.
Was it?
In last year's live event we had that.
Yeah. Everyone actually had thunderstorms then. Even I did. Yeah, I had some.
It's the highest I've seen in the UK and Europe for sure, but I can't remember if I've seen higher in the US.
It's probably higher in America.
If you are interested, there are a few thunderstorms in the US right now, to the east and south of Dallas, Texas right now, and to the north of there too. Two little bands and two small areas of thunderstorms in western Oklahoma towards the northern part of Texas. The places that were affected the most by the fire weather actually last weekend. And there's a few little flashes near Port St. Lucie in Florida. But apart from that, the US is pretty quiet. Also, there is a line of thunderstorms that's just about dying. It's been moving into western Russia. in the last few hours, just north of the border with Ukraine. It moved in from Belarus earlier today, moved over Moscow in the last hour. Let's get the latest then as we continue on here. And it looks like the, not quite level 2, but very nearly in the Exeter area now, and the furthest extent is now up here. And possibly moving a bit more towards the northeast. So, right over the beginning of the M5 right now, you may see some thunderstorms as of 6:10. Let's check up on what the level 9 was doing. And that is now 10. So, staying pretty constant there. Level 10, which is certainly pretty severe by our standards, which aren't very high. And then the level 1 nearby is gone. So we have the 5 areas of interest now. As we continue, and just checking these ones again. Excuse me. We're now looking at level 11 here.
When's level 11?
Followed by an 8 in the middle there.
And
at the bottom we'll put it at 10 for now. Those are as of 6:10 local time, 5:10 UTC. And that is all of the thunderstorms in the area. So to reiterate for UK viewers and anyone who is interested, the orange coloured areas there are thunderstorm alerts, where small scale thunderstorms are occurring. They don't, where small scale thunderstorms are occurring. A different shade of orange will be used. I'll give you an example. It will look like this if a severe thunderstorm warning is issued, although they don't get issued over water, only over land areas are they issued. The rose colours there correlate to the severe thunderstorm watch. There's the official description according to Force 13. A storm with more than 3 lightning strikes per minute could affect the area within the next 6 hours. As you can see, a few areas with that. The green areas there were superseded by the severe thunderstorm watches, but these areas down here are also green. Pretty much anywhere in that blue circle. That's where we're watching for potential flooding issues, especially on the Salisbury Plain. So we do have the 5 systems which are still here right now, and everything else is over the channel.
This is a former member, maybe privately.
I wonder how much Michael will be frustrated if he doesn't get his storms later on.
That'll be a shame if that doesn't.
So just sort of into a little bit of a limbo here for just a brief moment or two until we have some news. I believe Michael's back.
Oh.
Somewhere. I did get to I saw his video briefly there, but it went off, so I don't know what's going on with that. But if you've got any questions for us during the stream, it doesn't have to be related to this. I know that we have many viewers from all around the world who have questions about what's going on in their area.
The smell of grass after it's been cut.
If you've got any questions about the properties of freshly cut grass, you can also ask a question as well.
I'm having trouble with the Discord app, because when you try to go into a video call, it's not letting you. It'll let me display the video, but like, there's no audio.
How odd.
It's Discord app doesn't make any sense.
We were saying when you were off before, Michael, how frustrated you were going to be when the storms fizzle out before they get there. It's looking pretty dark there, actually, though.
Is actually. I think you'll get something. I think it's just now.
Yeah, it's just starting to rain again.
Raining there.
Must be rain showers then.
I could do with a bit of that right now.
Yeah.
Here at 413 HQ, a tiny cloud in the distance over there.
Is that it?
But clear skies, hazy skies.
I'll try to put my camera on and you can see my sky.
76 here. Which
Down
is
here it's clouding over.
just less than 25 Celsius. I've actually got our first question relating to people wanting to know what's going to happen here. Thank you very much for that, Minol HD, who says, do you think Calshot in Hampshire will get anything severe? Michael, where's that?
Calshot, is it spelled C-A-L-S-H-O-T?
Yes.
That's just the other side of Southampton.
West of
it's
it?
just west of Southampton.
Well, looking at this then, there could be something significant on the way if that level 11 thunderstorm is still going to move in a straight line there. I would say more than half chance of having at least a thunderstorm. How severe it may be, we'll just have to see. But it looks like there will be a significant downpour in that area. As for timing, the way it's been going, an hour and a half maximum before the onset of significant weather. Hopefully, otherwise we'll look foolish.
Yeah, I think there will be.
As of right now, it looks like the thunderstorm activity over Exeter is dying down. We'd love to hear from you in that area. That's the only place in the UK so far that's seen thunderstorm activity on land. But if you're along the southern coast of the UK looking out over the English Channel, you might see some imposing figures, cloud figures coming in from the south.
You can see lightning over the water. That'll be quite interesting. Interesting pictures.
Level 9 is the one that's closest to the UK coast right now, and it's just moving on northeast, and it's still making a beeline for the Lyme Regis area, which I believe is, can't tell actually, is it Dorset or Devon? It's a close one. I think it's Dorset.
I think it's Dorset. Yeah.
I was never great with the counties. So the level 11 that was heading towards the western part of the Isle of Wight, we're still looking at it, and it appears to be significantly weaker now. It's down to 7. So only a 7 on that one now as it continues northwards, and it appears to be compressing sideways, sort of. Strange one. Anyway, what was a level 8 is still an 8 and has moved north a little bit. A lot more sporadic, that one, in its profile. And the one further south is still barely moving. And we're still giving it level 10 for now. At the moment, I have to say, it's always looking like it's fizzling out a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely looking as
more
if
thunderstorms are occurring further south. In fact, they may fit on the map now. If we could possibly make some new graphics, there are 2 new storms just off the coast of France.
There's new ones.
One here, moving north, level 1. And another just to its northwest. So 2 more coming north from there. Literally following almost an exact line as the level 9 is currently taking.
So there might be more
the
than
way
to the
it has gone
southwest.
so far.
So-
Norway Tracking wants to know when the next weather beat will be. There was going to be one last night, but there was actually no news. So we didn't. Or very little news. So we'll see if there's one tonight, assuming we're not still live. I should think not.
That's true, I don't think so. But...
That's the latest as of 6:20 local time here in the UK, 5:20 UTC.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hear me now, yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay, that's. I think that sorted the problem then.
Good to know.
Okay, hang on. Ugh, sorry, I can hear you. I will now show you what's going on. It's because I've been thinking it's a speaker. I turned that setting off, and that sorted it.
I see.
So I will just head downstairs and show you.
Well, do let us know when you get there.
Yes.
In the meantime, we're looking at the situation. There is 7 active systems that currently fit on the map. I thought we lost Michael briefly there, but he's
He's
there
just on this
somewhere.
camera.
Michael's
Yeah,
there
looking
we go.
outside. Looking pretty, what's the word? Oh, gee, lost the word. I keep doing, I always lose my wording.
It's looking very dull.
Idyllic.
But there you go. So that's up for heading facing south. So this sort of general view is generally in the direction of Portsmouth, Southampton, sort of that direction. But yeah, it is raining here actually right now.
Interesting. Keep your ears open, because there are a few flashes getting close to the Isle of Wight, which we'll show on the map shortly.
Got one ear free.
One ear free. Well, there we
That's
are.
better than Sailor, he's a... Bad.
Slow. It's been clear most of the day. It started to cloud over probably about 2.5, 3 hours ago.
What did, sorry?
Here it started to cloud over about 2.5 to 3 hours ago. It was a very clear, nice morning actually, and it's the temperature went up quite considerably quickly actually.
That's still quite hot today, isn't it?
I think even now it's still about 20, maybe 19.
Really? That cool?
Is it actually... It can't be that cool, is it? Is it?
No, it's I think because of the rain, it's cooled everything down slightly as well.
The rain's pulled it down a bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
because where it's raining, there's less heat coming off the ground.
Aye, that's right, very cool. Once the rain comes, it pulls the temperature down a bit.
Yeah.
Down to a level 6 off the coast of Dorset now. It's all crumbling in front of our faces, and down to a level 5. The original one.
To be honest, I think something's still going to happen because the humidity here is climbing.
I think so. I think it's just...
It's getting...
It's still exactly the same here as it was at the start of the show.
It might be teasing.
It's getting muggy.
It might be teasing us, and the weather can do that in Britain, it can tease you.
There's a cat.
A cat? Hold on a minute. What are we looking at here? Onto Michael's screen.
Down by that car, there's a cat.
Wonderful.
Cat.
Do you think it's Gaston?
Well, it would be very pleasing to see if he'd gotten loose. It would certainly benefit him a lot.
And then he's travelled across like 2 or 3 continents.
He jumped on a plane.
And then how's this
just You could just imagine a cat just very casually boarding a plane.
Oh yeah.
That would be hilarious, Michael.
It'd be quite funny to watch, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would, indeed.
Just see him dragging his briefcase.
How are these other two doing beside the 5?
Dying.
They're dying as well.
Would you like to see
5,
Flash?
4,
He's in-
and an 8. We'll get to Flash in a minute, Michael. Maybe we should only show Flash when we get a lightning flash.
Look, there's Flash.
Show Flash every time there's a lightning flash.
That
Oh
would be
gosh.
good.
It's the cat show now.
Oh, I can hear something.
Can you? Sure it's not someone
No.
dragging a
No, it
wheelie bin
sound-
or something.
No, it sounded like there was a little bit of a rumble in the distance.
It's still quite distant. The closest
No,
flash right now
it sounded very far away.
has just occurred about 2 miles off the southern coast of the Isle of Wight.
It could have been.
It can carry that far. It's been known to before.
Well, we shall see.
Yeah, because these systems aren't doing too good. 1 point they had a first to 1 with the 5.
There's the sun over there.
Now, Norway Tracking wants you to talk about the Tango incident, Michael.
Oh,
Oh no.
No, he said he's declined. He's declined.
I think started a live event, didn't realise I had a Tango can, might try to move a camera, and knocked said Tango can over.
no, there's your answer.
And the
folks.
live
Honest.
event all lasted, albeit like
6 minutes.
2 minutes.
No, he got to 6, remarkably. I have no idea how.
I don't know either, to be honest.
Yeah, it was funny at the time, Michael. I can't believe
So
how-
that channel's actually not been active for like a year.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't believe how long ago that.
I've concentrated on train spotting because why not? I still have the interest in meteorology though.
Let's remember that, Michael. That's good.
I still have the very keen interest though in meteorology. So
We're going to have to do an
I
interview
still-
with Michael one day, get his life story. I'm sure the viewers would love it.
no,
Yeah.
Or at least Janine
I never
Reynolds
want to
would.
meet Piers Morgan.
Janine wants to talk to Michael all the time by the sounds of things in the comments section.
Who?
Janine Reynolds said, Michael Scott, why is Nathan not talking about the Tango incident? Well, I did after she said that.
Oh, jeez.
I think some viewers still love that incident.
I can't see the
Too
comments
much.
at the moment because I'm not on the PC. I
I
might have a
can't see them
little.
either.
I'll have a little walk around quick, and I'll.
Well, let us
I'll
know if
show you.
anything changes. Not much changing from above, from afar here. Numbers are still similar to what they were when I updated them 2 minutes ago, but they are weakening at this time.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But I hope there's new ones to come though. I hope there's new ones. Because you would think there would be some thunderstorms, especially when the future is getting close. So
I'm just taking it so you can see.
but I will say we are going to be much cooler after tomorrow. Much wetter as well.
Struggling with Michael's
ahead.
signal here. Whilst we wait for that, let me reiterate what all of this means if you've just joined us. The numbers on the cells, the sort of the diamond shapes there, are the centre of the cells, or at least its point of its furthest extent, the leading edge of it. And the arrow is its direction. The number on it is flashes per minute recorded in those storms. They are actual recordings from those lightning instruments. I don't know what they might be called, but they have instruments for measuring that. And in fact, we can now put on a new level 1 storm, which is right on top of the Isle of Wight, just to the south of the Isle of Wight, moving slowly northwards by the looks of things, level 1, and this is going to be the third cell, I'm sorry, to have moved onto the UK landmass, onto a part of the UK today so far.
Just walking up to a hill where you can get a very good viewpoint of the town itself. And also face the direction that that the storms are coming from. You will get a much better viewpoint, guys.
In the meantime, we have another question. Help! Are the seedlings safe in my unheated greenhouse this week in Fife, Scotland? Lee?
I don't think they will be. They'll be drenched. What's cooler as well? Might even get frost up here again.
Do you think they will in Fife?
In Fife, I'm not 100% sure they'll survive.
Well, tell us about what the temperature was last night at your place. It was really cool here. It got to below what we were expecting, down to 3.5.
You got 3.5, you get 2.
Yeah.
I've just seen a pheasant.
Random comment of the day from Michael.
Yeah,
there was just a pheasant in the field somewhere.
I don't think they'll survive this week. Upcoming week.
Alright, well there we go.
Yeah, I'm just walking up a field. I'm about...
It's done much colder for the whole of the UK this upcoming week.
I'm only a couple of 100 yards from the house, but look.
I can't see it, and it's actually just black.
Do you not see a video?
Oh, we don't have that.
No,
shortly.
So, can you see it now?
Nope, it's just...
This is the kind of troubleshooting that we need to do off air, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
we just put a new Thunderstorm up there. I'm just saying another one.
On the Isle of Wight, yes.
Yeah. Aye, it's not.
Getting windy, I hear, from Michael's point of view.
Yeah.
And
he's trying his best, though.
Moving towards Dorset is getting closer, and we're now putting a thunderstorm alert in that area just off the shoreline there as well.
So can you guys see it now?
No, it's not doing it now, Michael. I don't know why.
So level 7 there as of 6:30.
It says it's showing video to me.
It's not doing it now then, but just that spinny thing. It is, I see.
So that person who was in, what was it, Coleshot, was it?
Aye.
It's looking up in the air again now as to whether you're going to get significant action later.
I see you put one up to 7 now, that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to try and fire off again as they get closer to the coast. I just hope that the two that are on the 4 survive the crossing first. I'll get my fingers crossed that they survive the crossing first.
This one down here is stronger, but probably not moving at all at the minute.
It's probably stalled due to the two in front of it. But
now,
it's got stronger wall 13.
Hold on a minute. Actually, there's a few questions. Do you remember the days where everyone requested a hypothetical hurricane season? Yes, and guess who started it off?
Me.
Michael did.
Oh, was it you, Michael? Was it?
Michael was the first person to ever request a hypothetical hurricane season on Force 13 history.
Right.
Almost 6 years ago now.
That's a long time now.
Do thunderstorms in the UK tend to move from south to north instead of west to east? In fact, you can get both sometimes, but
yes,
usually the summer ones are south to north.
South to north, yeah. Just like they are now, actually.
Janine has got some very exciting plans by the sounds of things. You don't know what me and Strat have planned for Nathan, Michael and the whole team, says Janine. I'm going to go and talk to Strat then in a little while after we've done the stream. Random Thing says, this may sound dumb, but has a hurricane ever hit the UK?
No.
Not quite.
The closest we got was a failure though, hit the island last year.
That was a hurricane.
It was a Cat 1 hurricane briefly.
12 hours before landfall, it was post-tropical.
Was it? Alright, I'll take your word for it then.
Debbie apparently made it in 1961. I cast doubt over that as well, I'm afraid to say.
I don't think that was true either. I don't think we ever have seen a hurricane in the UK. And we never will.
Oh, I wouldn't say we'll never will, but it's...
Well, you know what I mean, we're not likely to see a
hurricane. Is video visible now?
I'll tell you about
How about now? Nope.
No, I've unrestricted my data usage.
Right.
Careful now. Michael will exceed these limits for Force 13 Live.
So it'd be
level 8 now.
This will sound like an optician's in a bit. How about now?
Yes, exactly. Is it better or worse?
It's not really doing it. It's not doing it now, that's all.
Well, you can see it or not?
No, it's not doing it now. It's not doing it at all.
Yeah, we've been struggling with it.
I give up with technology.
Yeah, it might be a good plan for you.
It's just decided to pay the shot to you, Michael.
I will now curl up into a ball and cry because technology.
I thought when you said the first part there, you were pretending to be your cat.
When it works, it's good, but when it doesn't work, it's not so good.
So the cell that's on the Isle of Wight is now overland. There have been 5 lightning strikes overland now on the Isle of Wight. That is level 1.
And that's still a level 1, is it?
More interesting questions. Which is better, Hurricane Gaston of 2016 or Gaston the Cat?
Oh, God.
Hurricane Gaston, it was a category 3, I think, wasn't it?
And Gaston the Cat wasn't?
Yeah, I think that was Cat 3. Yeah.
Okay, enough of that.
I don't know that. Yeah.
How did the BBC find you when you did the interview? I assume they're talking about the interview last July. Well, it was more just a phone call, actually. I was actually at the airport about to board a flight.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
In the check-in desk, basically, when I was on the radio. It's not the first time that happened, by the way. That's about the 4th time, but that's the first time that was put on the channel, at least.
Imagine you going to the airport and getting a call.
They are listening and want to simulcast with us our coverage. They're more than welcome to. Meanwhile, what is the worst hurricane of all time? Says random things.
It's a tough one.
Well, that is probably just about as broad a question you could ever ask.
Aye, that's a tough one, actually. I'm too sure.
SCP says, no, not SCP.
Next question,
says, is Marcel gonna be in the stream? Oh. I'll tell you what, just for you, I'm gonna go and ask him now. As we hear a car go past somewhere. Let's take a look at the Force 13 webcam. Still unremarkable, looks exactly the same as before. Clear skies with the tiniest of clouds in the far distance. The temperature here is now 74 Fahrenheit, which is 23.5 Celsius. I would love to be out in it, but I was told earlier that the wind was getting up, so I decided not to.
As well, it's a bit crazy. Nah, the big wasp in here earlier, I think it flew out. Damn nuisance. It's lucky because I could have killed it.
I'm just looking at this storm. This system over the Isle of Wight is developing significantly here. It's imminently about to become level 2. The minute we're keeping it at 1, it's an extension of the level 4 that we were watching in France. It looks like it's sort of transferred its energy a little bit there by the looks of things. The one over the Exeter area is still hanging on somehow as we get to 640 and is barely moving.
Can't believe that 27 already.
Can you see video now?
How about now? Nope.
Nope. I think it's given up.
The one approaching Dorset is now level 9 as it continues to approach the area.
Aye, I think they're trying to fire back up, Nathan. I think they're trying.
Just to confirm, you can see video now, yeah?
No, we can't.
You know?
Yeah.
I give up.
I don't know
any way you can to get us to say yes.
It was working
and
earlier.
the answer's no.
It's a shame, Michael, because it was working earlier.
And now the Isle of Wight storm is level 2. Level 2 now, so Isle of Wight is having a little bit of a storm right now.
Right, that means it'll be a torrential downpour.
Level 3 makes it severe by our scale.
And I think there'll be like, I think you'll see lightning strikes just off the coast there, on the southern coast.
And the one further down is a 3 now, has weakened a little more as it has been moving closer to the Isle of Wight there.
Yes,
there
I
it
wonder
is
if
this
the
time.
energy from that's going into the Isle of Wight one.
That's what I suggested a moment ago.
Yeah, I think they might be right. I think that's how's the other two getting on below that?
Well, here we are, we're looking, and
4, yeah, so I think that's also losing its energy.
there's the latest at 6:40 local time
That's
here in the
11.
UK. Level 1 there, and a level 3 also down near the Channel Islands, just west of Guernsey.
So that would strengthen a little bit then. Interesting.
How many Collins are we going to have this year, is a question.
How many Colin?
How many Collins? Oh dear, oh dear.
What a weird question.
One would be too many, okay? That's all I can say.
Yeah. Aye.
Okay, it's back. I've given up with trying to get the footage.
Michael HQ here, Michael gave up.
I don't believe it.
So you'll just have to put up with it facing the wrong way. Because if I wanted to try and get the right shot, I'd have to completely move my desktop setup.
I see.
Yeah, quite dark clouds there.
Well,
So it might be better to get shots when the storm's here and then maybe moving off. Well, that's if and when the storm's here.
Yeah, we need to hope to survive the crossing first. Interesting.
So that is the live picture at Michael's HQ there.
Jibs are starting to drop here now as well. I'm down to 16.
Which we have some nice fancy text for. Beautiful.
What's that?
Yeah, a little bit out of proportion. Never mind. Just thought that would be nice. There's live at Michael HQ. It's getting a little bit dark over there by the looks of things. Cloud-wise.
Yeah.
Michael, are you there?
Yeah.
Anything interesting going on?
Well, not much at the moment. We've had like light sporadic showers for the last sort of hour or so.
Right.
But other than that, not a lot.
Alright then. Here's the latest view again, and still the same. Level 2 thunderstorm over the Isle of Wight.
But your last in there.
And now we have some more developments to tell you about.
I'm starting to wonder.
Level 1 Thunderstorm that was over Exeter is now over Honiton, or just north of there actually.
Yeah, it's still a Williams.
Level 1 there, moving northeast.
Well inland.
We also have another level 1 storm that has just formed over Dorchester.
Oh, it's developed a child, has it?
Of Weymouth.
Aye, it looks like the new stuff's happening. Interesting.
So that'll take about 3 minutes to load again, and whilst we wait for that, I guess we'll go back and look at Michael.
Is it software usually do this now?
Oh yes. Not much to look at there.
Not a lot at the moment.
Rather interesting.
I can...
Even less to look at Force 13 HQ, because it's still clear skies, so they're looking a little bit windy there, unless there's a bird on the camera.
There's no point in me putting my camera on because it's clear sky here. So, not a cloud in the sky.
We're setting up the camera a little bit more so you can maybe see a little better.
Well, he's still fixing that.
Who's making the noise? Is it Michael?
Sorry about the noise and technical issues. I have really outdated software and stuff.
I see.
At least you're trying, Michael.
No, it's not great.
The level 9 that was approaching the coast is a level 7.
Yeah, I'm starting to run 2 storms ahead of it, like grab the energy from that.
So that's the situation there. The blue outline is the flood concern zone that we've set up. We are concerned about flooding in those areas, potentially flash flooding. So if you're in the blue zone and any of those cells move over the area, could be trouble. And now the one over the Isle of Wight is level 3, and that's now considered to be severe, and this is our first severe thunderstorm warning of the day.
Oh, that is developing 3 now. Well, it's going to be quick look at radar myself. What does the red outline mean?
Just to denote that it is a severe
right.
Severe thunderstorm warning there that's currently in effect. The first one today, level 3.
Check radars.
And the one that was also a 3 that's on the way has also intensified, is now a 5.
Yeah, there's actually a few others just on the northern coast of France still as well.
These are as of 6:50, and we also have a level 4 in the area there as well. The one that was level 11 just south of there, let's have a look at how that one's doing now.
It's looking pretty lively over Spain as well at the moment as well. It's looking at Western Europe as a whole there.
That's now a 12.
Well, that's a 12, let's go back up.
There's the latest. All of the systems that are affecting the country there. And we're changing those colours as well, of course.
So what number do you have to turn it to red? Is it 5 onwards, is it?
Yes, that's just the guide.
Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 cells.
Okay, looking further south again, there are some systems in France that we can now also put on the radar.
Yeah, I saw that myself. So looking out there. You could put them on.
I've done that wrong. Let's get the right number. Down here there is a... Does it fit on yet? Oh, it's a little bit too far down.
It's about there, yeah.
No.
No, be a bit down, maybe. There's not much in it though, just move it a little bit.
It's quite a bit down actually, it's off the radar still.
That's it, they'll just make
it's a 6, however.
That's it.
And that is just going to be coming onto our scope a little bit later.
Yeah, just put it there. Let people know that there is one about to come. So.
Meanwhile, the one in the Isle of Wight area is now a 4 and is moving on towards the north-northeast and is now starting to affect Gosport and possibly Portsmouth as well. Level 4.
I think that's going to be a real nasty one. Just to go up another one and we'll get red.
So this area will also be put under a severe thunderstorm warning now. The Portsmouth area.
Now I've just got another 5 confirmed strikes just south of the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, that's been up to 4 now.
There's 2 just off the coast of Ventnor.
Oh, that might be the 5 then that's happening then.
4 per minute, that is, by the way.
Aye, but I think Michael's saying about the one that's further down, and it's 6. So
no, it's intensifying. It's
only an average, of course.
Yeah.
No, I think it's intensifying.
Well, he's put it up.
Well, that is
6,
quite clear, yes.
That one.
It's quite clear that it is intensifying.
Yeah, he's put a 6 on it.
Yeah, it's very much intensifying.
I think they're trying to fire it up again because they're coming into England. It's very warm down south.
Looking at the outer reaches actually of the where the strikes are at the moment, it's only about 40 miles from Alton.
Yeah, I think if there's people on the beach, they might see a few fast.
I think anyone in South Sea might be making a move away right now.
No, but there's probably people that live near the beach as well, people that will probably look out their windows.
Now, if anyone's on the island of Alderney, look out to the west. There is 2 flashes that have just happened there as well.
Also, just an advisory for anyone as well that is currently around the area in the south of the Isle of Wight. There is a possibility that you've got up to about 32 millimetres of rain per hour on the way.
I wouldn't be surprised, Michael.
We have a thunderstorm in North Wales.
Where did that come from?
Level 1, moving northeast.
There's some very heavy rainfall around the Cardiff and Newport area at the moment.
That's
there's also heavy rainfall just off to my east at the moment, which is currently.
I never know, maybe some of this been well developed thunderstorms.
Just for reference, this one in Wales here is approximately 40 miles from Force 13 HQ, marked by the F13 icon.
Right. Oh, so it is. It's not far. It might miss you though.
Oh, that one certainly will.
Yeah.
But if something else develops, the webcam will probably see it
Oh, I
first.
know where it might go. I think it's maybe going across Blackpool. I just looked at the map there.
That was on the forecast, and that's why that area is under a severe weather watch there.
Yeah, it might go over Blackpool. Might go over Blackpool, that one.
Nathan, as well, there is looking at the rainfall radar as well, with that system that's near you. Yeah, very heavy rain.
No sign of it here.
It's a very from the looks of it, it's very localized. I'll send you a screenshot through the.
Will there be any Force 13 merchandise anytime soon?
I would have loved if you'd done stuff like that.
Good question.
There is probably a market for it.
I would have bought a mug off you if you'd done it.
We'll keep you informed on that one.
Don't be a mug and buy the mug.
Don't be a mug. Should say that.
Good one, Michael. Good one, Michael. It's a good one.
Don't be a mug.
In fact, no, actually, we should have a mug that says, "Don't be a mug," and Michael Scott's face on it.
Oh!
That's a bit harsh.
Shots fired.
Slightly.
Shots fired.
Ever so slightly harsh.
A wee bit harsh.
No,
Now.
I will give you that one. Well played, sir. Well played.
Level 1 Thunderstorm is in the area just north of Honiton, just west of Shard, south of Wellington, approaching Taunton in Somerset. And that, I'm surprised, is still only a level 1.
I'm surprised that's not 4.
Level 1 over Dorchester is still in pretty much the same place, and the level 7 that was coming ashore is still doing so, and it's getting a bit ambiguous which is which now. That's down to a 5 as it moves closer and sort of looks like it's spreading out. It's a bit of a mess over there at the minute, and I would say that all of that area is a thunderstorm hotspot right now as well. So this is what we've got going on right now. And
is Alton under a warning yet, or
I'm sorry?
Is like Alton Winchester under a warning yet?
Nowhere near yet.
Not yet.
These warnings, I stress, are unofficial.
Yeah, but I think you're right to put them there.
And the one that's just about to move over the Gosport area is now level 5.
Ah, there we go, finally. Finally, we got up to 5.
So am I under a watch, Nathan?
Why, yes.
Surprised you're not. You are under a watch, yeah. That's a bit red, isn't it?
You are in the next area, though. I believe Michael's house is somewhere around there. Somewhere.
I'm just waiting to see the stream on the drawing and tell you.
It's a look dark, Michael.
How's it looking at Michael HQ? Well, still interesting.
Right, it's the camera.
Can you see that cloud off to it's on the left hand side of the screen.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at EB Gaming's comment. Make a mug saying winner of Super Cyclone Challenge with Marcel's face on it.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that.
Gaston. We need a Gaston.
Marcel.
No, Marcel, because that was a history breaker.
Did you see his episode, Michael?
Did you see that, Mike?
I haven't really been watching.
Oh, you're going to be in for a treat.
Oh, you'll need to watch it, Michael. It was quite incredible. Quite incredible.
Send me a link after the stream.
You'll love it. I think we should. In fact, it never went out as a standalone video. It was part of Hurricane Week last year. So I think we need to re-release it. On DVD. I don't know.
Merchandise on DVD. I'll make the cover.
Cinema viewing and all that.
You should put it on YouTube for people to watch because it was brilliant entertainment.
It is there, but people don't know where to find it unless they were there.
I see.
So there's the latest. So the advice I can give now: anywhere east of Christchurch, I would say, and anywhere west of Chichester, I would probably suggest here now. It's almost certain there's going to be thunderstorm activity in that area in the next hour. One or two tango jokes in the comments as well.
I don't have tango, I have Pepsi. So we could turn it into the Pepsi incident.
Oh no.
I'll get
Just
Sam
do like a 3-year anniversary remake special.
No thanks.
I'll get Arasiata Rosa.
Well, actually, I think for that stream, I think we have to get Daniel back. I think Jessica was in that stream as well.
I might say heard for him, Michael. Nathan.
I think Craig was in the stream as well.
Now look at this. More thunderstorms are occurring offshore now, off Wales, and just pretty close to Liverpool actually. Moving northeast, so looks like Southport might be seeing some thunderstorms, Blackpool and the like.
Blackpool as well, yeah. Do you see another one's formed, or is it just the same one?
That's the same one.
Is it? I thought you said another one formed.
And we do have a few people with questions about their local areas. I do encourage them, do send them in. There was one about Liverpool, Manchester area there. Well, that's where I am. And you can see from the Force 13 webcam there appears to be clouds in the very distance over there now, which could possibly be them. Very hard to tell.
Probably ahead of that thunderstorm that's going on.
Very hard to tell what exactly those clouds are in the far distance from Force 13 HQ, but that's the live look. And the temperature is going down, humidity's gone up 6%. Let's see, what else? There were two more. Proto Dark says, I'm in Southampton. I can see lightning and heard distant thunder from the Isle of Wight, of course.
Yeah, they'll be seeing some stuff coming from the Isle of Wight.
Anything for the Farnborough area? Well, looking down at Farnborough, which is, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in between Winchester and London.
You know, yeah, I think Blackpool's head on for that one.
So somewhere around that, yeah, the significant chance of thunderstorms there pretty soon, an hour or two. But it's really starting to invade the country now. We're struggling to keep up actually. Here's the latest. This one was a #1 in the Somerset area. It is now right up to a level 3, which means it's severe now. It's going to be severe warned. And this area and the next not county, but the next area and the area around it, all of those are now going to be under severe warnings as well. So this is what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
The other areas were all still there. This is the latest as of 1900. That's local time. It's 7 PM here in the UK, 3 minutes past now. 6:02 UTC, which is the universal clock. Now, the one that was over the Isle of Wight appears to have simmered down quite a bit. Still a 3 at this time. But it appears that nothing new is going on there yet.
Well, yeah, because that 6 might get over them as well.
Further south, the 6 is a 7 and is closing in on the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, that's going to be the next one for them.
The one that was a 4 remains a 4 and continues to move closer as well.
Yeah, that reminds me now about that one over France. That moved up a bit now.
That's not my biggest priority at this moment in time.
I know, I'm just asking. That moved up a wee bit.
And the one that was further down over there is right down to a 4 as well. So these storms appear to be struggling over the English Channel.
It seems to be the water that's affecting them.
That would make a lot of sense because the waters are pretty cold at this time of year, and the land is much warmer than the water right now.
So once they hit the land, they'll get better again.
Now we also had the one near the Channel Islands. That is really dying now. So all we've got now is the 1. A level 1 system there. If you're still unfamiliar with the format, just joined us. The number on the system corresponds to the amount of lightning strikes per minute estimated. And the one that was moving over France is still very much there and is now moving on towards the coastline slowly but surely. And that is a pretty strong one as well. At the moment we're putting that one down as level 20.
Oh, it's 20. Well, It'll probably do that, then it'll hit the water and then weaken again, and then it'll back up again.
Just to say as well, there is some very severe rain which is now affecting the southeast coast of the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, definitely. That's where the storms are.
It's definitely.
And also, some of the rain is now starting to creep over the coast in Gosport, and probably now only about 20 minutes probably from hitting Portsmouth coastlines.
All right. There's live from Michael's HQ once more.
Not much to see. Not so much to see at the moment. It'll probably it'll pick up a little more. I think when the storm passes over, because when it starts to move off, it will be heading in sort of. The camera at the moment is facing in the general direction, really, of sort of Farnham direction.
So if you get a thunderstorm, that person wanting to know about Farnborough is probably going to get it next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. So yeah, literally, my camera is facing up to the northeast. So going from my general area up through northeast, it literally bisects straight through Crondall, Church Crookham, through Farnborough, Camberley, and on to like Sunningdale and Longcross and around there. If you're going directly northeast, that's sort of where the camera is facing. If that gives anyone help for general reference points. So basically, what you'll see here is probably what you're going to get in about 20 minutes. Well, probably not 20 minutes, probably about 20 minutes to 2 hours, depending on where you live.
Indeed.
On my left-hand screen, which you'll be able to see in the flesh shortly, you'll be able to see what someone else has sent us. There we are.
First lightning strikes have been confirmed in Gosport.
There's someone else's view from the Southampton area who is in the stream, I believe, on the chat. Thank you for sending us that.
Very dark,
that's a view of a dark-looking sky, looking very threatening. And actually, you can see.
Wait, that's that.
I don't think you can see on this, but there is a slight rainbow on the top left-hand side of that image, which is pretty cool. Just I need to remind people, the blue outline there is the area that we're pretty concerned about, because there are flood alerts in that blue circular region. So if you are in that area and one of these cells moves over, there could well be some flash flooding. So there we are. And the situation's still developing, and more flashes now occurring to the west of the Isle of Wight as well, which we'll catch up on shortly, as soon as I catch up with everything everywhere else.
Yeah, it's keep me busy.
There's one lightning strike which has just been confirmed as well, which has struck just actually under a mile from the Needles. So I had two actually. One's just occurred as well. Larger amount of lightning strikes are also now occurring around the area of Newton and Ventnor on the Isle of Wight, and there's one, well, there's a fair few now actually that have occurred around the area of Ryde on the Isle of Wight as well. And it's becoming more of a hive of activity now for some of the thunderstorms.
Now, how's that one getting on at Wales?
Not much is going on with that one at this time.
There's just been a lot more strikes as well with the storm over Dorset.
Yes, it really is building up, that one. Let's take another look at it. It is now level 5 as it moves on towards the northeast. That is now the strongest storm that has occurred on the mainland UK today.
And Craig has just joined us.
We're joined by Craig.
Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good for some.
Not for you, I'm guessing. Why not?
No, absolutely horrible, and I'm not going to go into it because I will rage.
Nah, I know what he's talking about, but don't worry, because I had it to be there.
Well, we would hate that on a live stream. Maybe we could have Craig's Rage Hour later on. The viewers, let's see if we do a viewer vote.
No,
okay.
No. The language that would be in it would be very, very colourful.
So we'd have to sanitize it. Fine,
I
Craig.
I actually haven't spoken to Craig in a while, and his voice sounds very different.
That's because I've been shouting, Michael. I've been shouting at an incompetent referee that is about as useless as a chocolate firework.
There you go, there you go. The rest of your voice poor. I heard it on the radio, Craig.
If you'd seen my face was about as red as a sunburn.
I'm with you, Craig. I'm with you. Come on,
Thunderstorm that was over the Isle of Wight area has died. And the one that was a level 7 is now over the area instead.
The one over the Isle of Wight, it's picking up again.
It's now in the form of another one by the looks of things. The one that was a level 4 nearby, it's getting a bit confusing over here on the map.
Command explode this, isn't it?
They're sort of merging, aren't they?
Now a 3 over here. That's a 3.
Well, if you've got storms merging, they're going to start interfering with each other.
And the one further down is also a 3. So here it is now, and that is the current situation. The severe thunderstorm warning is out again, is no longer in place in the Portsmouth area, but still in effect for the Isle of Wight, and is still in effect for large parts of Somerset right now, and Dorset.
We've just had another 2 strikes around the area of Sway and New Milton. And also some more strikes off the coast near the Needles on the Isle of Wight. So there's the possibility that Southampton may still be in the firing line.
The level 20 that was over France is now a level 40.
At level 40?
Moving north.
That's a massive one, that.
That's the largest we've had today so far.
Yeah, that's indeed. Yes, that is huge.
Well, considering half of these hadn't been in the US, most of these would actually be severe warning, because these would be fitting into severe warning criteria.
That's a big one.
Actually, looking at the cell that's over France at the moment, from the looks of it, there's strikes sort of every second or so.
And the cell that has just formed on the western coast of the Isle of Wight is now a level 2, so they're really getting it on all angles right now. Now, let me get back to the live stream chat, because I've not looked at it for some time. Apologies. But there's actually no new questions for us. If you do have any questions, start your message. I can't let that comment go.
Oh God, fill me in.
Someone just said it's the German invasion of the UK 1940 colorized.
What?
No.
It's quite funny. But there we go.
More strikes, there's just been more strikes confirmed as well off the coast of Bognor and Wittering.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I guess you could say it was shocking.
We're now having first strikes in Bournemouth as well.
I'm glad everyone just ignored the pun, because I am not proud of that.
I can see strikes. It's just actually just to the east of Bournemouth. It's actually in Christchurch.
Yes, there as well. Yep.
But I'm guessing that these stars over the English Channel right now are starting to go into a line.
They've been in a line for some time, really.
They've been doing that for a while, actually.
Well, I'm guessing that these are going to be probably very significant squalls. I'm guessing.
I think they'll get more intense once they come on the land.
Where's your radar, Craig?
I know, where's your radar?
I can't use GR level 3 for the UK.
Why not?
You can.
I've
used GR level 3 for quite a while. I can't use it for that.
You used something last time, didn't you? What did you use last time? You remember last time?
For the US.
What did you use for the UK?
No, last time we were tracking storms in the UK.
That would have been probably Weathercast or something, but that's completely different compared to GR3.
So I see. Okay.
GR3's radar is not like a potato.
It's not like a potato.
Yeah, because
I can
Peter Cass
also
is
confirm
an
that
absolute
there's,
potato.
Is that funny one, Greg?
I was saying, I can also confirm as well that there's very heavy rain now over the Portsmouth area.
If anyone's got any questions, do send them in. Start your message with Force 13, otherwise I might well miss it in all of the comments that are going through. The one was a level 5 in Somerset, pretty much over Taunton now, is a level 8. And that is the strongest storm so far over land over the UK today. So 7:15, that's level 8. And that's pretty much sucked all the energy from the level 7 that was nearby, or that level 1. I don't know now which way is which. I think the level 1 is gone, and we're now left with the level... It was a 7, it is now a 6.
That means it's the energy drained.
And that is pretty much,
going to be
like Yeovil.
Well, they're pretty much going to, once the ones are in the line, they're going to be feeding off of each other. So pretty much what they're going to do is that they're going to interfere with each other's inflow and outflow. So pretty much what's going to happen from here is that those storms that are there should get stronger, because theoretically English Channel storms don't apply to logic and common severe thunderstorms.
Large amount of lightning strikes also now in the south of the New Forest National Park.
Now, the view from Force 13 HQ has changed significantly as well. The sun has gone in behind clouds. Clouds are now in the area and moving in pretty quickly.
Are those towers? Or is that just
Not
me?
quite. Yeah, not quite.
In the far distance, they could be. I don't know. I can't tell.
It
Visibility
looked
is
like
not
they
good
could
enough.
be storm anvils, because from
You know
what
what,
I'm seeing,
Craig, you're
there
right,
is a
in
corkscrew updraft that's heavily embedded.
Craig, I think you're right, actually. I think you're right, the tower's in the distance.
You're looking at mine there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because looking at that, there is looking like there is an anvil. So it looks like, and then in the back over the house roof there, it looks like there's a corkscrew updraft, which is normally signs of a very potent storm.
Well, there was a storm in Wales, but I've not heard much more about that.
But that's a pretty
North
significant
Wales.
updraft. If you're getting a corkscrew updraft by UK standards, that's impressive. And that's saying something.
As it did.
I mean, of course, it could be worse.
Temperature at HQ down to 71.
Yeah, it's dropping away now. Yeah.
We'll probably get
Interview was
absolutely all
17
to
all day.
expect.
Yeah, we'll not get anything, Craig. It's always warm enough here. Last few days.
So the latest observations coming from the observation station at Odium, latitude 51.2 degrees north, 0.9 degrees west. As of 1800, there'd be 1700 UTC or 1800 British summertime. We've got 21 degrees Celsius with a humidity of 61% and a central air pressure of 1,016.
10,000 HPA.
No, it's I was about to say, I was like 1000, and I was like, oh no, it's never mind. No, 1016 millibars and falling.
The thunderstorm that was over sort of the wind farm area near the coast of North Wales, if you know it, is gone.
That's very specific.
Okay.
The one that's out at sea.
That must have died then.
You can't get much more specific than the wind farm when you're dealing with the sea.
Oh, God.
There's another big wind farm off the east coast as well. Anyway, the latest in the Taunton area, it's a level 8, I believe it still is. Could be getting on 9 actually. The one that was... I've still yet to update that. Okay, so what was the level 7 has now moved in and is a level 6, moving off towards the northeast. That means 6 strikes per minute. That's serious still, by our standards at least. And the one that's in the Bournemouth area is also significantly stronger as well now. That is a level 5, moving in there to the east. Let's just get our bearings back here and update all of the stuff in time. That means as of 7:20, it's really expanding inland, and that's the Southampton area now under a severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, it's got a head
Just say as well, the person that commented from Cowshot, they can expect storm conditions imminent.
Oh, yes. Yes. Thanks for reminding them. The one that was a level 7 over the Isle of Wight is now much weaker and is only a level 3. And that is probably about to lose that as well.
Some of the storms are in the English Channel looking pretty strong. There's a cell over northern France which is looking pretty beefy.
I think that's the 40.
That was 40 earlier.
Yeah, that's got a supercell-like structure to it because that's got that little swallow's tail fork to the north of it.
We'll catch up on that one shortly. I'm just catching up with everything else. Another level 1 thunderstorm has formed not far from the coast of Cornwall. Out to sea a little bit there, moving off towards the northeast, pretty much following in the footsteps of that other storm that was striking the area earlier. That's as of 7:20 there, level 1. Now, to the one in northern France. Much stronger than before, and that is now level 50.
Yeah, that's dumping a hell of a lot of rain.
That's a supercell, I think, Craig. That's
dumping a hell of a lot of rain. Plus the fact it's expanding northeastwards. And then when you look northwards,
we've never defined a supercell by the levels before, but I would say level 50 might be the cutoff point.
Probably, but its structure on radar is definitely looking at it.
It's definitely close to it anyway.
Elsewhere, the thunderstorms look piddly.
Just going to say as well with the update as well for an outlook overnight tonight. So overnight tonight we've got some evening sunshine in places. Once showers move away, but heavy showers of thunderstorms may develop for a time. Dry later on. A mild night with gentle southerly winds. Looking into tomorrow morning, it's expected to remain dry with sunny spells, but the afternoon will see cloud increase, bringing them a chance of 1 or 2 showers developing, perhaps heavy and not quite as warm as it has been today, but possibly still just about clipping 20. And then there's also looking into next week as well. Monday will be dry with often hazy sunshine, but will also be much cooler than Sunday, possibly looking around the ballpark with top temperatures being 18, maybe 19 degrees for the day. And also looking overnight on Monday, there is the risk of little patchy rain overnight. Dry with also some sunshine for a good part of the day on Tuesday. But there is also a threat of widespread and persistent rain overnight.
It's going to be a crap week, basically.
Has to be very cooler.
And Wednesday will possibly also see...
It's looking back to normality, definitely.
Well, yeah.
Normality.
Normality.
What even is normality? I mean, define normality.
No, normality. UK's generally wet, so...
UK's generally
Wednesday may also
it's generally wet, miserable, whatever you want to call it.
Wednesday may also see some sunny spells with heavy and also again possibly thundery showers forming.
Ooh.
And in certain terms, for the most of them days, Storm Chaser would call them days SHI days.
Lovely.
2 days.
Yeah, let's leave out that last letter because I'm pretty sure folk would get it.
Thank you for that.
Shit.
Now looking at the Force 13 HQ webcam.
Oh yeah.
Craig,
the clouds are coming in.
your thoughts?
Clouds, and it's a good thing that the NHC hasn't seen them because it would probably be named Colin.
Oh, you had to.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
I had to. I couldn't help
Yeah,
myself.
I know. Yeah.
Well, looking at the tower in the background.
Hold on a minute. No. I can't let you go on like that. I'd just like to say, if there's anyone from the National Hurricane Centre watching, we do apologise on behalf of Craig, because he does have a huge vendetta against you. Oh, yes.
You had to bring that up. Right.
I'll say as well, with the possible next week or so on the pressure charts, it's looking rather stable. Well, for Britain, rather stable, I should emphasise. But looking into next week, it's remaining relatively settled up until the latter part of the week, when we possibly may see some more low pressure moving in, with the isobards very close together, with the possibility towards the end of the week seeing a little more unsettled conditions. And I use that term figuratively.
I can't believe it's the last week of April too. Saturday as well, I think.
There's been an isolated lightning flash near Aberystwyth in Wales, in mid-Wales there, along the coast. But now back to the rest of the action further south in the Dorset area there. What was at a level 8 appears now to have weakened a little bit. We're giving it a 5 right now by the looks of things, as it moves on towards the northeast. Beyond Taunton is now getting very close to Bridgewater. It's going to pass there just to the south. That's Bridgewater, which I think is still Somerset, but it could be Devon. I'm not sure.
We've just had confirmed lightning strikes in the Fawley area, which is actually near Calshot as well. There's just been 2 strikes, what looks to be at the SO Petroleum oil refinery.
Try saying that when you're drunk.
There's also just been more strikes confirmed around that area as well. And there's now a large amount more developing. We've also got more confirmed strikes on the Isle of Wight.
Are you next to a busy road?
Well, no, that was just a very loud motorbike with a guy that was heavily compensating.
For the love of God.
That's putting it politely.
Moving on.
You do get lots of people in alternate do overcompensate a little bit.
Anyway, I must give some more important information now, I'm afraid. A level 10 in Dorset and a level 11 is now the one in... Is that still Hampshire? Moving in on Southampton, yeah. Level 11 there. Could hit Southampton town centre, city centre.
Somebody shared on my Facebook the Thunderstorm lightning.
Meanwhile, on the Isle of Wight, I must keep going. Level 3 continues over the Isle of Wight right now, and the one further east is a level 4. So still a significant situation going on, and it's probably the busiest time we've seen so far. Michael.
There has also just been strikes also confirmed in the Hythe area, which is just under a mile to the south of Southampton city centre. So I am still monitoring that there just to make sure what that is doing. So looking at the rainfall at the moment, I am just refreshing the page so I can get the latest details. There is currently, as of yet, no rainfall that's been reported yet, although the latest frame was at 1915, but there's no rainfall yet, as of yet, over the Southampton area, but there is looking likely that there will be in a moment's time. But I'm just waiting for the latest frame from the Met Office.
Don't trust Met Office.
Yeah, I mean,
the Met Office.
Here's an observation that I'm going to give the folk. When the Met Office say something is quote unquote will happen, don't believe it until you see it.
Now I must interrupt again. The supercell, as we're now calling it over northern France, level 60.
Yeah, I would agree. That is definitely.
I would say that's a supercell. Yeah.
I mean, if that isn't a supercell, then well, I just don't know what is a supercell now. If that's not a supercell, because that's a supercell, all right.
There's been a hell of a lot of questions since then, so I must get on to the questions now. Let's see where we started. Looks like it's going to miss Warrington. What do you think? The particular cell we were talking about earlier will, yes. In fact, Force 13 HQ webcam is pointing in that direction. I would say that Warrington is probably underneath that cloud, that darker cloud in the near distance there. Not the far distance, the near distance. So not far from Force 13 HQ. But nothing there yet at the minute, or here.
There's looking like there's some pretty, looks like lower level clouds in there. That would probably lower any chances of thunderstorms in your area, which means that it would be the colder area, or the cold air that's there wouldn't allow thunderstorms to develop. Pretty much the same issue that I have up here. Is the fact that the mid levels are either too dry, or there's cold air aloft, and it's not.
Temperatures aren't high enough up here.
I must take some more questions. Anything for Devon, preferably around the Newton Abbott area? Well, I thought. Hold on a minute. Newton Abbott had one of the first thunderstorms earlier. It looks like that area might have seen it all by now, but there may still be some on the way. It looks like the main part of it has missed Newton Abbott. Let's see, there's quite a few other things. Has France ever been hit by a hurricane? Almost.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Seriously, almost.
Almost.
Unless you want to count places like Martinique and Guadeloupe and all those as well. Definitely have that.
Little quote unquote cell. It's virtually a blob that's over Aberystwyth. It's virtually a little dot. That has to be one of the smallest thunderstorms you could get. Albeit, it's in a perfect environment because it's on its own. So pretty much what can happen here is that it can develop further. And probably could become one of the strongest land-borne storms yet that we've got. Because the rest of them, as you see on radar that are on the chart that Nathan's got for the thunderstorms, pretty much describes what's going on, is that they're merging into one. So pretty much what probably will happen by, not them all, but they're starting to, probably by 9 British summertime.
The Dorset storm is now level 15.
Oh my, that's
We're going to be having a few, well, pretty much these storms will start merging into a giant line.
And that is entering into the flood concern area as well.
I saw it as, yeah.
Also, strikes now confirmed in the Netley area. And there are also now a larger amount of lightning strikes in the Solent area between the Isle of Wight and also mainland England.
Yeah, I've actually saw an image from the Isle of Wight now on my Facebook. Apparently the thunder and light would be just a self cloud. Not a big self cloud.
Oh, hello. What are you up to? I'm on about the cell that's in France. Our super cell.
I was talking about the 60 one.
That's looking rather suspicious, but that's looking like... Now, mind you, France is definitely no stranger to possible tornadoes, but looking at this...
you can get tornadoes there. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm just gonna have to try and kill the screen share.
Craig, don't talk about that as if you found one.
Hey, you never know!
You'll get people worried.
You can't say it unless it's confirmed.
One thing I could say is that might be just hailstones.
I'm hardly gonna... But here's our situation with our supercell that's in France. Classic supercell.
We'll go into that shortly, but look at this. These cells over the south coast right now.
Pretty big, Craig.
Level 9, level 5, level 15, level 5, 3, 3, 1. Everywhere lining the coast here. You could draw a line over them all, pretty much.
Back in the mode.
Okay, maybe
I want to confirm said circulation, which there probably is.
Now the software is telling me there's an invalid argument. So there we go. Now we will all have an invalid argument whilst the software waits to come back.
Looking at it, it's probably a weak circulation. I mean, I wouldn't really jump to conclusion of
it's still nasty. It's still a nasty storm.
But I mean, if there is a hook echo, a rotation in there, you can see. Oh God, Med Office. This is why I don't use you. This is really, you're giving me the perfect reason.
Ignore the Med Office.
But
The Met Office won't be coming on Force 13 anytime soon then.
Oh, God's sake. But as I was saying, there you can see your inflow notch and possibly the weak circulation
hold
is
on.
there. I wouldn't jump to conclusion.
Let's just get your screen up here.
Alright, okay.
There it is.
Okay, so this is the supercell that's in France right now. So here you can see your little Hawk Echo that's in the potato quality that is Met Office radar. And here you can see a well-defined inflow notch. Not saying that there is a tornado there, but there is a potential circulation. France is no stranger to tornadoes, nor is Italy, as we found out earlier this year. If there is a circulation, literally keep calm and try and find any safe places that are in your homes, but do not panic. That's literally the worst thing you want to do during a possible tornado event. That's virtually one of the worst, if not the worst, things to do. But seeing a supercell in France, I mean, I don't even know how rare that is.
Not very.
No, it wouldn't happen quite often.
Here's another view from Matthew Perrin on Twitter, I believe it was, looking towards the Isle of Wight from his location right now, or in the last 10 minutes or so. So there's another view.
Yeah. It's actually a picture I saw on Facebook.
Huh.
It's the same one. Actually.
And this is the view at Force 13 HQ. And I think the software is back working again, which is lovely.
That's just all I wanted.
If you do have any comments or questions for us, do start your message with Force 13 all in text. You can also, of course, send us a tweet or a Facebook message or anything else. Or you can send an email to contact@force13.com. Temperature at Force 13 HQ down to 68. And that storm in France right now. I'm just trying to check how strong that one is. Pretty strong.
I don't see how much there is, but there's a lot. Yeah, there you go. It's not looking as good as it once was. There you go. Not in terms of circulation for turns, but the storm itself is looking rather immaculate.
Now level 48.
Oh. Oh dear. Wait a minute, the cell France. Okay.
Yeah, the cell France, yeah. That's the one.
There's just been more strikes confirmed as well in around the area of Hook, not the Hook near Basingstoke, it's the Hook near Fareham, which is a small hamlet village from the looks of it. And it looks as though that there is possibility where it's starting now to move a bit further north towards Botley and Hedge End, and there now are also strikes confirmed in the city centre of Southampton.
Yeah.
I mean, this, for the first storm event for the UK summer, is pretty significant.
Do you think it says something about the future?
Well, if I could tell you that, I might as well just tell you the next week's lottery numbers. But
Please tell me!
no, I'm not telling you.
He wouldn't even if he knew.
No, I wouldn't. I would keep it all to
Yeah,
myself.
exactly. That's right.
The hell with that.
Looking back at the map in a minute. Where is it? There it is. Level 12 now, moving through Dorset, and the next area is now under severe warnings as well. It's looking a right mess this evening for many of us. And right in Bournemouth now, there's a significant thunderstorm affecting that area. That is level 5. And it's moving through
the storm
right now.
Nathan, have you got any tabs on the storm that's just to the, well, the potential thunderstorm that's just to the west of Liverpool?
Well, that was there earlier, but it's not producing any thunderstorms right now.
Any lightning now, so.
It's looking pretty significant on the Met Office radar.
we'll get onto it shortly. If you just keep that up there for a moment. The one near Southampton is pretty serious now as well. Level 15.
Let's have a look here.
So anyone to the west of Southampton, very severe thunderstorm in the area. One over the Isle of Wight now down to level 2, and the one further to the southeast down to level 1. So those ones are dying. The Isle of Wight is now out of a severe thunderstorm warning again, and is back to a thunderstorm alert. The storm further south is still present somewhere, and the supercell to the south further was level 48, and we'll update that again a little bit later. The storm that was approaching sort of the coast of Cornwall is still not doing very much right now either. Some isolated flashes just west of Southport right now, where a severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect. There have also been 2 isolated flashes near Corris in Wales, to the northeast of Aberystwyth.
There's a bigger alert here, Nathan. I've just opened a can of cider.
Oh, for the love of God. I'm pretty sure folk didn't need to know that.
Well, no, it's because a lot of people have been taking the mick about
The Tango incident.
the Tango incident.
Yeah, don't just no. Dig it, give it its coffin, give it its grave, and kick it in it, and bury it. Good God.
I didn't hear any of what just happened.
Good.
Now that is a level 1 storm just to the west of Southport, which I can't place because the software has died again.
Software's been a pain.
You better get a defibber. Start performing CPR.
Oh yeah.
Nathan, we just had a comment, a decent comment actually.
Is that the first one you've seen?
Yeah. Well,
oh, is that the one that's saying, Michael, what is your YouTube channel?
No. So here we go. So we've got Camera Productions 29125. Has just said, do you know if anything will develop and then hit North Kent? I've seen a storm that headed for Kent, but that fizzled out.
Well, I'll tell you what, that supercell is Kent bound. So watch out later this evening and watch that supercell. Anyone in Kent and east and west Sussex, watch that supercell is what I would say.
It's just Thunder Supercell.
That's going to be yours, if anything.
If this thing will produce... I wonder if that cell, when it hits the English Channel, will produce water spill. I wonder. Because if it is a supercell, which it does look like it is, and if it is possibly a little bit tornadic,
you
could expect to see the funnel
possible.
cloud out of it, but once
That's
it gets
possible.
over the English Channel, it could produce a few water spouts.
It's possible, Craig.
Let's check the view again at Force 13 HQ, though you are looking at Michael's HQ in Hampshire clearing up by the looks of it.
Oh.
How's that possible?
Well, looking out, actually, I can see down. Hang on, stand by. I can see a little bit down, further down. So
sorry to interrupt you, Michael, but I must. There's been a flash just off the coast of Dover.
The White Cliffs of Dover.
What were you saying, Michael?
So it does seem a little clearer, but there might be something possibly off towards the south coming in.
All
Let's have a look.
Let's now look at Force 13 HQ, the view from there. Looking very hazy still.
I don't see anything significant, Michael. I just see some rather...
Well, no, it's out of the camera frame. So it's behind.
Bring it into the camera frame. God damn it, man.
I can't because it's behind that wall.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be another argument on Force 13 shortly.
Don't...
Debate 13 gone wrong.
Thanks.
I have already clarified this with Nathan and Lee, but that frame is fixed.
And Michael,
I get it, Michael.
You would be pleased to know, Michael, that people are People are telling other people in the comments section to look up the Tango incident online.
Oh, for God's sake.
So you'll be very pleased to know that.
I'm going to go delete the video.
Yes, please do.
I've actually considered deleting that channel, to be honest, because like I've not done anything with it in like a year and a half.
Okay.
We all needed to know that.
Let's get back to the action,
Right, carry on.
which is currently underway and still in progress. Level 6 that has been moving towards the general direction of Bristol and Weston-super-Mare is continuing in that direction. In fact, it's moving further north than we were originally anticipating. There it is. It may well go on to affect Weston-super-Mare very soon. That's as of 7:45 local time. Don't forget, the UTC clock is in the bottom left-hand corner. That is 1 hour behind UK time, and it's the time that we always use in our streams because we deal with many different time zones. The level 12 that was in the area is now a level 20, and that is the new highest level thunderstorm we've seen so far over land. So that is somewhere, and is, in fact, some of it is affecting Shepton Mallet, and if it keeps going a little bit further, it will end up in Trowbridge and eventually Bath.
Oh Jesus!
So that's 7:45 there. I know there's a few questions, but after I update this, we'll get on to the questions.
I believe there's just been a lightning strike. Actually, I'm going to interrupt it. I think there's just been a lightning strike that might have just hit the General Hospital in Southampton.
Wow. It is a severe, potentially severe situation.
The map's just showing up, and it's just hit, from the looks of it, may have just hit the main hospital building.
Oh.
Now, is that just an estimate, is it, or is there actual reports on the ground?
Well, no, it's the estimate by the lightningmaps.org map, which is normally fairly accurate.
To a few feet?
It's normally accurate to at least
How do we know?
50 meters, I think.
Well, we'll wait to hear anything on the ground on that one.
I'll keep an eye on that, see if there's any news.
I will keep an eye on Twitter feed, actually, in the Southampton area.
We have another small cell now, level 1, that has just formed in the English Channel just north of Alderney in the Channel Islands, and level 1 that's moving towards Dorset appears to have gone as well there. And there is another level 1 just to the west, a little bit to the west of Guernsey, moving away from the area. The cell that was a former supercell is still moving on forward and is now level 36. Anyone east of Portsmouth into east and west Sussex into Kent, watch the progress of that former supercell.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a supercell anymore. It's lost its characteristics. It's probably transitioning into what would be in the States and referred to a high precipitation mass.
Yeah, it's about to go into the water, so.
Now,
In a wee while, probably.
we've had lots of mentions in the last few minutes, so I'm going to try and get through as many as possible. Why are people still changing official storm data on websites like Wikipedia after you've told people not to? Don't ask me. What are the two
Ask the people that have done it.
What are the two closest tropical cyclones to the poles? Interesting question. I don't actually know off the top of my head because we're doing different coverage right now. Maybe Craig can go and have a look, but we can't really spread our resources very much here. Live view at 413 HQ. What time is sunset? Is another question there. Sunset's in about half an hour from now.
Somebody's posted Blackpool as well. It's not quite fun, yeah.
will that superstorm head towards the Cambridge area? Way too early to speculate whether it will go to Cambridge. There's a lot of land in the way. Mentioning that supercell, really.
Well, looking at it on radar, the supercell, not superstorm, supercell, is starting to join up with a bigger area of precip over the English Channel.
Any chance of thunderstorms in Swansea is another question, and that is somewhat unlikely at this time, but maybe an isolated thunderstorm will go that far west. We'll just... it doesn't look like any of the main ones are going to get anywhere near Swansea, however.
Yeah.
Janine is telling everyone to look up the blooper reel 2016 and look for the Tango incident. And Devon's computer rage and the floppy disk, they say.
Oh,
I swear to God, leave that computer rage where it is. That computer has long been since dead. Honestly. God.
Anyway.
For the love of God.
I actually have changed computers since that incident.
Oh, for God's sake.
Did it not survive?
Well, no, it's just because I think it died like 6 months later because logic. Because it just
either it did or it didn't.
Now the one that's approaching Western Supermare down to level 3, so that will no longer be severe if it continues to weaken like that. The one that was level 20 is still pretty strong. I'm trying to find out how strong that one is now.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures coming up on my Facebook because I'm in a group called UK Ireland where there's people are very excited right now.
I just seen someone ask a question. If Janine just asked me a question, how long I've been in Force 13 for.
28 now.
No, I've not been there for that long.
No,
I've only been in Force 13 for about 3 years.
This level 28 is now heading into the flood area, the flood alert area.
That's a pretty significant thunderstorm, though.
28, did you say?
Yes.
Oh my. Yes.
And these are all as of 7:50 PM. We're still rolling here, as the storms are. This is the main event right now. Still a level 4 now. It's down to 4, the one that's moving through Bournemouth and area. So as of 7:50, that one is continuing on northwards. The one that was heading through Southampton, that is still a level 10 as it continues north, and it has really affected the centre of Southampton. Well, not actually the dead centre, but just to the west. Looks like there's really been a hive of activity in between Southampton and which one is the Western River? Is that still the Solent?
Yes.
Yes. So on that side it's still very significant there. Level 1 that's approaching land is just about reaching land near Bognor Regis as of 7:50. That's pretty...
The Southampton one's calmed down, although there are now more lightning strikes confirmed in the following areas, which is Broome, Colesford, and around the areas of Castle Carey, and around there. Sorry, you were saying, Nathan?
The cell that's moving off the coast of France, level 40, as of 7:50. And it's left behind a lot of thunderstorm activity as well, which will probably also get designated shortly. There are isolated flashes occurring in mid-Wales and just off the coast of Southport in the northwest. Nothing more on that yet, and if anything does happen in the northwest, we will probably see it.
That little storm that's in the just to the northwest of Liverpool, to the southwest of Blackpool.
I saw pictures.
2 separate little cells, but it looks like there's another little cell trying to blow up to even further to the northwest.
I saw a picture for Blackpool. It looks
so
like looking.
And that's... I know I'm not going to be optimistic about that hitting me, because that's going to be moving with the flow of the storms.
It's maybe too cold for us to...
I would just like to let the viewers know as well, when it does get dark, my camera will go dark as well. I will get, I'm going to turn off my camera because it doesn't take well with dark.
Okay.
Here's
Force 13 HQ still. The temperature now down to 67 degrees.
Yeah, it's gone down. And down here as well. It's
almost
60.
sunset here at Force 13 HQ, and it's still looking pretty idyllic over here.
It's still out here as well.
Nathan, I just wondered, with your area, when it's like the longest day of the year, does it not get completely dark there?
I don't know yet, because we've not had it out on the longest day of the year yet.
It only goes dark.
I mean, like, I don't have to remember from last year. Did it like just stay like a dark blue tinge, just not completely black?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The camera was only installed in July.
Okay.
We'll need to wait to June to find out. 21st.
Could be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So, what were we going to say next? Well, we're coming up to 8 o'clock local time. And this is the latest situation. Well, not what we're looking at, but here. That's as of 7:50. All of those cells in the area. You can see where the biggest affected areas are right now.
Strikes are also now confirmed in Eastleigh.
Bad people walking by, that's where the dogs are going wild.
Indeed. Alright, let's see if we can get to my screen again over here and see if we can look at this. That is a view that I forgot his name, Joe, sent in near Gatwick. There's nothing going on there yet, but I'm sure he'll also be watching, considering he's sent that picture in to us. Looking a little bit glum over there, but with daylight starting to fail, it's going to be a night light show for some of us in the country now.
Always the best time to watch a thunderstorm.
My camera may come back online if it is like a nightlight show here.
And we've just had another flash.
Really turn down the exposure for that.
Another flash near Thornton Cleveland, just north of Blackpool.
Ah! That would be the cell I was referring to earlier. Or one of them. Yes.
Yeah. It's just slowly getting a bit more dull here at Force 13 HQ, still looking pleasant outside. This is Force 13's live coverage of the latest situation in the UK with thunderstorm activity abound. We're doing this coverage on behalf of Force 13 UK and Ireland, which is another channel that we run, one of the local regional channels. Sometimes we do weather forecasts on there going out to 5 days, and if you have any footage to send in to us tonight from any of the thunderstorms, we'd love to see it and put it on there so that others can see it as well. And if I catch any footage tonight, which I don't think I will because I don't think anything's going to happen here, no doubt you'll see that online as well.
I wouldn't really count on it. Count on
You're certainly not.
Well, if I were to be saying that, I would be on extreme something, because I would be completely deluded if I said I was to get a thunderstorm.
I'll try and see if I can catch anything tonight, and I'll send it through.
The level 1 thunderstorm is still in the area, and there are some more lightning flashes that have occurred just offshore Blackpool. So anyone in Blackpool right now, we do have a member there, might be seeing some action offshore over there. That's at 8 o'clock local time, just coming up to 7 PM UTC, as you'll see on the clock on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. As we head back...
So let's do the north, or let me just refresh the radar so I can get a recent image.
Lightning strikes are also now moving north, with strikes now confirmed around the Mottisfont and Dunbridge area, and also in the areas around Dean and also around East Wiltshire.
Yes. Just about reaching Bath now as well. As us northerners say it, Bath.
Salisbury may also now need to be on the watch out as well, because the storm's coming from two directions. From
and don't forget,
around Salisbury.